What's up, everyone? Sean Count Blagarth here with an album review. This time, the 2012 Darkness Shade Records release of Orbis, the Unquestionable Chapters of a Forgotten World. If you're not familiar with Orbis, they are a one-man dark ambient blackened drone metal band hailing from the UK. I found out about these guys through the split cassette tape that I have of Orbis and the Hungarian black metal act called Vrag. I absolutely loved that, and I was very excited to see Orbis was putting out a full length. And this is an incredible piece of music that you all need to hear, and I'm going to include links to where you could purchase this in the description below. Please support this artist, and I'm going to show you what you get if you order one of the first 25 copies, which is really cool stuff. How should I describe this album to you guys? Think of the blackened, droning, sort of frightening atmosphere that Sun has on their album Black One, and crank that up by 10. There's some melody to it, which is something that you don't hear on a Sun record, but with this there is some definite melody, and I find that to be very good to hear, and the melodies are rather catchy. There's a difference between something being catchy and happy and catchy and dark, and this is like some, at points, kind of catchy and dark melodies, especially on the first actual track outside the intro. The first track being called Dust of This Earth. The tracks really build themselves up with layer upon layer of synth and guitar effects and some very, very unique sounds that are being used. What I'm really digging about this record is just how it encases you in this dark atmosphere that you cannot really find on your typical dark ambient album, because this isn't your typical dark ambient album. I find a lot of dark ambient to be rather boring because all it is looped samples that are just building upon itself, and it's just very typical sounding stuff, and that's why I don't really care that much for Vinterricket or Stryborg's dark ambient, because it just really feels like it's looped samples, and I'm not that big on that. Where with this, it all sounds completely and utterly natural, with the effects and the walls of distortion and just the synth that washes over the mix with a little bit of sampling here and there, but it's nothing that's over the top and annoying. This is a record that any black metal fan, especially of the ambient side of black metal, will definitely be into. I recommend this to fans of Sun. This record doesn't really fit the bill for the typical ambient, as I said. If you're just really into drenched atmospheres of just pure sadness, hatred, and despair, that's not metal, definitely look into this. I shouldn't say that's not metal, but it doesn't really have that metal vibe. It has much more of a unique vibe. If you're to strip the metal elements out of black metal, if this makes sense, this is what you would be left with, and I find that to be just simply awesome. One of my personal favorite tracks on this record is the third one, called Death of Planet Earth, which, in my opinion, captures the true hatred and despair that how should I put it? It captures the atmosphere and the vibe and the thoughts of a person who is just lost in the woods and just despises everything. It's almost like the soundtrack for someone who is escaping modern culture due to their hatred and are just secluding themselves, almost becoming a hermit-like character. And I just really get that vibe from this, and this is an album I recommend that you listen to in the dark because it increases the atmosphere. This is not a sunny day album. This is something that you all need to really absorb, and I recommend that by laying in a dark, cold room with your eyes closed. And that's how I enjoyed this record. I've listened to this quite a few times. Just absolutely amazing stuff. There's so much going on in each song, yet it's minimalist. And I find that to be very awesome that they can provide that balance of minimalism, yet this nice, big, vast sounding song that seems like they put a lot of effort into. This isn't haphazardly thrown together drone or ambient like you'll find with a lot of these underground bands where it's just like, okay, let's have this wall of reverb and then just some really, really bad feedback, and then let's add some keys here and there, maybe throw in a Howling Wind sample and call it a day. That's not what Orbis has done. Orbis has really mapped out the songs, and you can tell that, and spent the time just making this perfect, and it's absolutely fantastic. I recommend this to everyone that's a fan of ambient, drone, and black metal. This is definitely for you. For a score, I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. This is one of the best non-metal releases I've heard this year, and I recommend it to all of you guys. I recommend you purchase this, and I will include a link down below to where you can buy this. This is very good. This is got a professionally, not professionally printed tape, but professional stickers. Looks very good. The inlay card, it's limited edition to 100 copies, hand numbered -16. Very nice card stock, very thick. Artwork is amazing on it, and this is just something really good. And if you are lucky enough to get one of the first 25 copies, you get a signed lyric sheet that is dated. You get 2 pins, an Orbis pin, and a Darkness Shade Records pin. You get a Darkness Shade Records patch, an Orbis patch, and I find this to be just really, really cool. You get postcards, one of this amazing artwork. I'm not sure who did this art because it doesn't say, to my knowledge. But this is absolutely fantastic artwork, and it fits the music so well. And then you also get what's on the inside of the inlay card. It's a very nice package. I highly recommend you guys check this album out and support Orbis. Also check out the split with Vrag, because that is absolutely amazing. I love Vrag, and the combination between the atmospheric black metal of Vrag and the dark drone ambient of Orbis is a great combination. Definitely seek that out. I know it's on Hell's Headbangers, and I'm 99% sure it's still on the Darkness Shade Records site. And support Darkness Shade, very good. I reviewed Witch Clan, that was put out by them. There's just a bunch of very good bands on Darkness Shade. So that's my review. Definitely check this band out, buy this tape. Hopefully you're able to get the Die Hard, I believe is what it would be called, of this album. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, keep it metal.